65% of the Earth has been unmapped, unexplored, and untouched by human beings. And yes, that's mostly the ocean floor. But deserts, too, are so uninhabitable that they are often left completely untouched. Or at least we think. Every once in a while, these mysterious and expansive landscapes leave little clues as to the kinds of people and things that dare traverse them. That's why today, we're diving into the weird and bizarre. We're breaking down the 10 strangest things found in the desert. Number 10. The Weird Desert Woman. A man driving his car down a desert highway one late night ran into something strange. He pulled up on what appeared to be a humanoid figure hunching over. Fearing that it was someone hurt, he shined his brights and asked if they needed any help. The figure began to slowly hunch towards the man. The figure has long black hair and looks to be wearing a long white dress. The man begins to fear for his life as the figure comes closer. He decides to put his vehicle in reverse while still taunting the creature. After it picks up speed and starts limping towards the man, a loud moan can be heard. The man is terrified and begins screaming in fear. Many believe this creature to be that of a witch, or even an angry spirit with a strong manifestation. Its identity is still unknown to this day. And of course, the other question is, why was this woman way out in the desert? Number 9. Horned Kangaroo Skull. This strange kangaroo skull was uncovered in the Nullarbor Desert in Australia. This wasn't the only one. They uncovered what appeared to be a burial ground of what the archaeologists could only describe as strange kangaroos. The most notable thing about the kangaroo skulls was the strange bumps above the eyes, almost resembling horns. The rest of the skeletons weren't missing, and the archaeologists claimed the kangaroos also had strange burrowing claws, which normal kangaroos lack. After more study, the supposed horns turned out to be more like eye guards. The remains were too different to that of a kangaroo, and scientists are still trying to figure out what kind of creature they belong to. Some scientists theorize that this special breed of the species had developed the horns to protect themselves against predators in the desert. If that's the case, an even more mysterious question remains. What kind of desert predator caused this evolutionary trait? Who knows what else is living out in the Nullarbor Desert? Number 8. The Giant Maree Man. A large drawing is located in the desert of Adelaide near southern Australia. The drawing is of a hunter who is equipped with a stick. The strange discovery wasn't found until the late 1980s and was only spotted when a plane saw it from above. The mystery of why and how the thing got there was on everyone's mind. A man by the name of Bardius Goldberg was the first suspect. He claimed wanting to have one of his drawings made to a scale so that it could be seen from space. However, while this may fit the story, there are no signs of evidence of him to the large drawing. Many locals now claim they're responsible in hopes to claim the fame behind it. But now, no one can truly be sure. Number 7. Strange Egyptian Desert Cones. In the deserts of Egypt, a strange phenomena would confuse people across the internet for years. When this strange phenomena was first discovered by people using Google Maps in 2014, it revealed a strange muck of rocks and sand that formed cone-like figures in a unique design. The pattern itself spanned a staggering million feet, with a center hole that was 100 feet in diameter. Many people felt this was proof of extraterrestrial life, or maybe even signs of ancient people communicating with aliens. Many believed no human being could create something this large and perfect. They compared it to that of crop circles found in wheat fields. However, to many people's disappointment, this strange formation was actually an art piece. It apparently took several years of work and finished in 1997. Still, some die-hard skeptics don't buy that story and are still trying to figure out what could have caused the formations. Number 6. Clown Motel. As if normal roadside motels weren't creepy enough, someone had to go and add clowns to the mix. That's right, this place actually exists, and it's smack dab in the middle of the Nevada desert. The motel is fairly cheap, only costing $50 a night. This will give you all access to less than passing quality rooms that overlook a graveyard. The graveyard itself is somewhat of a mystery, and visitors are often filled with varying theories. But even the owners of the motel are unsure how and why the graveyard is there. Perhaps all of the clowns are buried there and it's a zombie clown motel? The motel's lobby is filled to the brim with glazed-eyed clown dolls whose glazed eyes seem to follow your every move. Every door to your room also has a small clown painted on it, in case you forgot this fever dream of a motel you're staying in. If you do manage to fall asleep, you might be waking up to a nightmare if you're not a fan of clowns. Number 5. Deserted Prada Store. Prada stores are often frequented in high-class places, like in malls located in big cities. However, would you believe there's one located in the desert? No, it's not part of a bigger mall. It's a single Prada store located in the desert. Well, it's not really a store, but more of an art piece. That explains its origins, but it still doesn't explain why. Nonetheless, if you were to randomly run across this knockoff Prada store in the middle of the night, it would be pretty creepy. On the inside, there are displays of boots and purses that line the back walls, but overall, the place is pretty dead inside. Creepy for sure, but what's even creepier is there are only right-footed shoes inside the store. One question remains: who's the intended customer? Number 4. Whale Bone Graveyard. Finding a whale graveyard in the desert can seem kind of strange, but it happened. In a desert in Chile, it was discovered that a large amount of whales had washed ashore and buried themselves in the sand, only to perish there. Many people believe that the desert was once part of the ocean, and it had since receded. However, this was disproven. The most likely answer was that the whales consumed some toxic plant, or algae, and washed up the shore accidentally to die. Imagine finding bones of this size, only for them to turn out to be whale bones. The archaeologists initially believed that they were sitting on a gold mine of dinosaur bones, only for it to turn out to be your run-of-the-mill whale. Number 3. Egyptian rock formations. When people think of Egypt, it's likely they think about a desert setting. That's fair, as Egypt is mostly comprised of deserts, but it also contains a lot of history. This is why Egypt is a hotspot for many archaeologists, as history is literally uncovered almost on a daily basis. Part of this history is a place known as Nabta Playa, a place where it's speculated Egyptians practiced astronomy. The area is made up of a bunch of stones that sit upright, and historians give it the name of the calendar circle. It resembles that of Stonehenge and is likely amazing to visit, to see the old thoughts of those who've shared interest in what lies beyond Earth. While we don't think they got too far using rocks, it's interesting to see how they went about early astronomy. Many ancient civilizations had employed similar techniques. Still, these odd rock formations leave little clues as to how they truly thought the world worked. Number 2. Rings in the desert. Strange rings started showing up in deserts across the world, particularly in Namibia, where they've become known as fairy rings. The rings are perfectly round and look unnatural. They're all evenly spaced and range from small to large circles. Scientists theorize that the circles could be caused by mass termites, toxic plants in the surrounding area, to strange things like ostrich bathing. However, none of these things have been proven to be the cause, and there's still no answer to why these random circles just showed up. Many people speculate that they're caused by aliens, similar in the vein of crop circles. They claim that the perfectly shaped circles couldn't have been caused by humans and must have been caused by something with more advanced technology. Number 1. Ancient Egyptian Burial Ground. An old Egyptian burial ground is sure to hold interesting treasures, as long as you're sure there isn't a curse that comes along with it. Most people assume all Egyptian burial practices included wrapping mummies and shoving them into pyramids, but that's not always the case. A discovery in late 2016 proved these people wrong. At an excavation site, it was discovered that Egyptians once used a tactic of burial using burial boats. It's basically seen as a mass grave, with several different individual graves in between, similar to how Americans bury their dead. Quite the discovery at the time, and it was able to open up a door to the past. However, it's still just as creepy as entering a pyramid and finding a mummy. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos. This has been our breakdown of the 10 strangest things found in the desert. Have a good one, and we'll see you next time.